Okay, so now we're moving on to the hamstrings and butt.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the pillow situated here so that there isn't any drop in of the low back.
Okay.
And then we're starting with level 1. And same, we're going to do the hamstrings here first. And I always want to be guarding where the bones are. So like if I'm over here, my hands are sort of touching the bones. That way I know I'm not going to get to them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the hamstrings are the most likely muscle to cramp for people. Sometimes people like to do the inner thigh. Sometimes they don't.
Yeah, it tickles.
It tickles kind of. So, and if they have a knee issue, the inner thigh right here, right above the knee, is going to be tight.
Okay.
So I have my hand, I'm on the patella here, and then I'm doing this part of the inner thigh. You feel like this muscle's probably tight on you.
Mm-hmm.
There's that. And I'm just going real slow. Like it feels like you should go faster.
Yeah.
But actually, so like here's slower, here's faster.
Ooh,
you know what I mean? Like
it
feels a little more relaxing when you're moving slow with the...
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to go to the IT band. So all we're going to do is have you turn this knee outward. Put the pillow underneath the knee. Good. And now we're doing the IT band over here. Now, this tends to be really tight on people.
It's ticklish.
Yeah, it's kind of ticklish. And some spots are going to be ticklish and some spots not so much. So generally when it's ticklish, I'll push a little harder because then that makes it not so ticklish.
Okay.
If you do it real light, that's going to make it more ticklish.
Okay.
So IT band stands for iliotibial band. It's technically not a muscle, it's a band. And it runs along the seam of your pants, where if you had a seam on, that's where it would be. And it hooks the hip to the knee. Now try to flatten yourself out. Notice like you're sort of up because you're trying to get away from it.
Oh my god, it really hurts a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to go back to the hip.
Okay.
We're going to go around in a circle. So there's a bone here that sticks up in the middle. We're going to go around that bone in a circle. So hip and butt. So glute medius is center, glute maximus down below, piriformis muscle located here. So piriformis muscle, this is, and on the outside here is a piriformis insertion. That's where the muscle hooks into the bone, into the pelvic bone. So a lot of times when there's low back pain, it's this muscle here. The piriformis is tight. So you want to check, okay, where's the top of the pelvic bone? It's there. So you want to make sure that you're on the piriformis muscle, because generally it's this one that's making the low back tight. So a lot of times the piriformis muscle gets tight and it pulls on the low back. Okay, so now we're moving on to the low back.
Okay.
So low back here. And notice, like, here's the spine.
Leg like here, or just
so we're going to do both ways. First one, since your leg's already out, we're just going to do it with it out. So I'm marking where the spine is so that I know where it is. And then I can go this way, up and down the erector spinae. So this is the erector spinae, the muscle that runs the whole length of the spine. So it hooks in, erector spinae hooks in off the occipital bone, and then all the way down to the coccyx, the tailbone. Okay, so then I'm going this way. Okay, now go ahead and put your legs straight. Now you're going to notice slightly different feeling with the legs straight. It's just, even though I'm on the same spots, it hits it different. So here's this, the low back, and then same, we're going to go back to the piriformis, because you'll notice that this feels a little different. Hamstring. Good. Okay, so I'm going to give that a break. Pause.